Hello students, welcome back to the biology class. Today in our class we will be discussing the topic pollination from chapter 2. Okay, we were discussing the other topics from this chapter. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants, chapter 2 of our biology syllabus. And now today we are going to discuss the topic that is pollination. In our last class I already told you what is pollination, but still let us again discuss what is meant by pollination. Okay. Pollination is nothing but it is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of a flower. Okay. So what is anther? Anther is the male reproductive part of the flower and stigma is the female reproductive part of the flower. And the transfer of these pollen grains from anther to stigma is called pollination. You see, this is anther and this is your stigma. So this pollen grains, it is going to get transferred from this anther to stigma. Understood? So this process is called pollination. This anther, it is the male part and stigma is your female part. We already discussed about the different parts, male and female parts of a flower in our earlier classes. Okay students? So now let us discuss what are the different types of pollination. In any flower or in different types of flower, pollination doesn't occur in similar manner. Okay, different types of pollination are there and various plants, they adapt different manners, different ways how they will pollinate their own flowers. So these three are the three types of pollination. First is your autogamy, second is your geitonogamy, or you can say it jeitonogamy. The third is your xenogamy. Okay, autogamy, geitonogamy and xenogamy. Autogamy means fertilizing or getting pollinated by itself. That means this is also called self-pollination. Okay student, this is also called self-pollination. Just a minute. This is also called self-pollination. Self-pollination, because in this what is going to happen, the same plant is going to fertilize its own flower. Okay, so this is self-pollination. Understood? And these others are, they are cross-pollination. Understood? These are cross-pollination. Cross means they will be fertilizing a different flower. So this is what it is: autogamy, geitonogamy and xenogamy. Now let us discuss what is autogamy, geitonogamy and xenogamy in details. Okay. Okay. Since I told you autogamy means it is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the same flower. Suppose this is a flower and when this pollen grains will be transferred from anther to stigma of the same flower, okay, then it is called autogamy. Understood? So it is also called self-fertilization. It is in the same flower. Understood students? This is in the same flower. Okay. That's why you will call it autogamy. Autogamy is the transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the same flower. So from this we came to know that in the same flower the pollination will be there, and autogamy is of two types. One is clistogamous and another is chasmogamous. Okay, that means clistogamous and chasmogamous, these two are two different types of flowers. Okay, so clistogamous flowers are those flowers that do not open at all. That means they are closed flowers. If you see this diagram, you will see this is a clistogamous flower. Okay, see these flowers, these are clistogamous. Clistogamous means they are closed. Okay, they are not open. They are not open like this flower. See, this is an open flower. Can you see here, petals, they are open. Okay, they are not covering. If the petals will cover the flower like this, just like a lotus. Okay, if it will cover, then this anther and stigma, it will not at all get exposed. That means if suppose this petals, if it will cover like this, if it is going to cover like this anther and stigma, they don't have any other option but they will fertilize each other in the same flower. Okay, so they cannot go outside. No, this pollen grains cannot go outside if the flower is closed. Understood? So these type of flowers are called your clistogamous flowers. That means these flowers do not open at all. Okay. So in clistogamous flowers what happens? They are autogamous. Autogamous means the pollen grains of anther to stigma will happen in the same flower, the transfer. Because there is no chance of cross pollination. Cross pollination means from one flower to different flower. No chance. In the same flower it will be there. Okay. So because of that reason, in clistogamous flower you will see autogamy. Clistogamous flowers produce assured seed set even in the absence of pollinators. That means they do not need pollinators. I already told you in our last classes the different types of pollinators or pollinating agents like wind, insect, then your this water. These are pollinating agents, okay? They don't need any pollinating agents, you see, because the flower is closed. Nobody must come and take the pollen grains and keep it in the stigma, okay? No, not required. It's not required because it's closed. The flower is closed. So by default only, by itself only, what will happen? The pollen grains, it will come and fall in the stigma by itself. Okay, no need of somebody to bring it to the stigma. No need of agents. Understood? So this clistogamous flowers is, for example, your pansy, common pansy. This is also called viola, oxalis or commelina. Okay, these flowers, what they do? See, this clistogamous violet flowers. These flowers, this is also called viola. They don't need any pollinators and they show self-pollination, or you can say it autogamy also. Understood? Okay, the next type is your chasmogamous flower. In chasmogamous flower, what happens? The anther and stigma is exposed. Exposed means it is open like this. Okay, but still what is going to happen? This pollen grains will come from the same flower and it will fall on the same anther from the same flower and it will fall on the stigma of the same flower. It is open, but so these flowers are called chasmogamous flowers. See here, this is a chasmogamous flower, okay? Here these are the anthers and this is your stigma. This is anther, from here pollen grains will come and this is your stigma. And here also self-pollination will occur or autogamy will occur. Understood? See, this diagram is trying to show you self-pollination. Here this is your stigma, it will receive pollen grain. Stigma is the female part and anther, from the anther it is going to pollinate like this. Understood? So this is a self-pollination and these are the ovules. Ovules is the female reproductive part. You already know about this. Understood, students? So there are two different types of flowers, clistogamous and chasmogamous flowers. Clistogamous do not open at all. Chasmogamous are open flowers and both of them will show autogamy. Understood? Okay, students. So this was the self-pollination, and the next these two, geitonogamy and xenogamy, they are cross-pollination. Okay, these two are called cross-pollination. Now why these two are called cross-pollination? First let us know what is cross-pollination. If the pollen grains from one flower is transferred to another flower, okay, pollen grains of one flower, it will be transferred to another flower, then it is called cross-pollination. Earlier it was same flower, now suppose this is a flower and this is another flower, and if the pollen grains from this flower will be transferred to the stigma of the other flower, then it is called cross pollination. So it is not necessary that whether the flower will be in the same plant or whether the flower will be in the different plant, okay, but both the cases are called cross pollination. Since I already told you that cross-pollination are of two types, geitonogamy and xenogamy. What is geitonogamy? Transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of different flower in the same plant. Okay, since you know this is a cross-pollination, this is a plant, suppose this is a plant, here one flower is there, here also another flower is there. Okay, if this pollen grains from this flower will come and fall in the stigma of this flower, then it is called geitonogamy. Why it is geitonogamy? Because it is a cross pollination, not in the same flower but in the same plant. Understood? In the same plant. That's why it is called geitonogamy. So see students, transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of different flower but in the same plant is geitonogamy. Geitonogamy is functionally cross pollination. It is cross pollination and it needs an agent. Okay, why? You see that particular flower, although in the same plant, this is a flower and this is another flower, they are in the same plant, but the flower cannot come and give its pollen grain to this flower. Okay, so somebody must be there. Okay, somebody must be there who is going to carry this, so they need pollinators. Understood? And it depends upon what kind of flower it is. If that particular species of flower needs wind as a pollinator, then wind will carry. If it needs insect as a pollinator, insect will carry. Understood? But it is in the same plant. So it is called geitonogamy. Now let us know the last one, which is your xenogamy. Deuteronogamy and xenogamy. Xenogamy is also a cross pollination. It is a transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of different plants' flower of the same species. Okay, so cross pollination two are there, deuteronogamy and xenogamy. In deuteronogamy, what was happening? In the same plant, two flowers are there, from there one flower to another flower. But in xenogamy, it is going to transfer the pollen grains from anther to stigma in different flowers plant. Okay, suppose see for this, for example, this is a flower and this is the plant. And this is another plant and this is the flower. If this pollen grains is being transferred from this plant to this plant, but the species will have to be same. Understood? Suppose if this is a poppy flower, this must also be a poppy flower. Okay, a poppy flower cannot go and fertilize a rose, is not it? Or a hibiscus cannot go and fertilize a rose. They will have to be the same variety or same species. Okay, but it is happening in two different plants. That's why it's called xenogamy. Since it is not in the same plant, because of that reason, it is called xenogamy. And since it is not in the same flower, it is called your cross pollination. Okay, so these three are different types of pollination. Autogamy means your self pollination, and it is in the same flower, and deuteronogamy and xenogamy are cross pollination, and these two are in different flowers, but this is in the same plant. Understood, students? So you can write it down. This autogamy is in the same flower. Okay, so if you write from the notes, you will get it down. Deuteronogamy, it is in the different flower but of same plant. Okay, different flower but of same plant. But xenogamy is different flower of different plant. Understood? You can remember these shortcuts in order to remember. So if you see, this is a self pollination and these two are cross pollination. Is it clear, students? So if you see in the diagram, they are trying to explain you in this diagram what is self pollination. This is autogamy. Same flower is fertilizing the same flower. It is autogamy. This is deuteronogamy. In the same plant, what is happening? From this flower to this flower, the pollen grains are moving. Same plant but. And this is xenogamy. From this flower to different flower. And that too in the different plant. So this is xenogamy. So autogamy is self-pollination, cross-pollination is your deuteronogamy, and xenogamy is your also a cross-pollination. You need to remember here what is a clistogamous flower and what is a chiasmogamous flower. It is beautiful given in this picture. You try to understand from here. Okay, I hope students you have understood the different types of pollination. We will be discussing with a different topic in our next classes. So thank you students for your concentration.